Sold, for a sold. Natasha, you know what you have to do. Oh, she changed her mind. Hello, this is Ken. I like making things. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Every week, I challenge myself to make something fun and creative. Something I am passionate about. I want to use the skills and knowledge I have today to reconnect with my younger self. Watch me explore different ideas and figure out new ways to DIY in an affordable manner. From recreating iconic scenes from my favorite characters, to making dioramas for my figures, to making cool functional gadgets out of everyday material, etc. Help me grow my channel by subscribing, giving this video a like, and commenting down below. That would mean a lot to me and would encourage me to DIY even more fun stuff. Last week, I managed to make this goofy-looking Loki figure more movie accurate. It looks like a completely different figure. Give it a watch if you are interested. The Black Widow movie is finally out. To celebrate her long overdue solo movie, I want to make a diorama display for her. One of her most memorable scenes has to be her sacrifice on Vormir in Endgame. And of course she was there with Hawkeye. Wait a sec. This Hawkeye looks different from the one a few weeks ago. Oh. I forgot to mention that I took off his coat. This is what he looks like without his coat. The outfit is a bit bland and quite plastic-like. In the movie, there are more layers or textures going on. So I am going to fix this Hawkeye figure. Wait a sec. I am getting distracted. This week is Black Widow's week, not Hawkeye's. Let me fast forward it a bit. Overall, I just painted a little bit here and there. And voila, yay. That worked. This is how I transformed my Ronin figure into the Hawkeye figure. Let's put him in an action pose. Hi, there he is. The arrow guy. He's cool now. I can't believe this is my third video on Hawkeye. Wait. No. This is not a video on Hawkeye. It's a video on Black Widow. Let me bring her back. There we go. The iconic duo. Let's take some photos. They look so good together. Here are some more shots of Hawkeye. I quite like this look of his. Wait. I got sidetracked again. Let's bring Widow back in. This is her video. I want to recreate the Vormir scene. So, can I make it? Vormir is an interesting planet. It's very rocky, and it has this weird-looking monument on a cliff. So I am going to need a thick piece of styrofoam. I won't be able to recreate an entire mountain, but I want to at least make a mini cliff. I believe I got this packaging styrofoam from a bedside table. I used the other piece on my DIY Captain America shield display base. Next I am going to cut out a piece right in the middle. This section is supposed to be curved. It's very difficult to do that with a knife. So I am going to use sandpaper to help smooth things out. Next I am going to carve out the rocky terrain. This is also a bit tricky because I am only carving on one surface instead of the entire thing. I am not going to bother with the sides or the back because this base is meant to represent a small section of Vormir. Next I am going to cut out two rectangular pieces. These will be the giant pillar-looking things. They are instantly recognizable by their inverted rounded inner corners. Again, I am going to use sandpaper to smooth them out. Now that I got the hang of the roughness of the sandpaper, I am going to use it to etch out a circular indentation by the edge of the cliff. Now there's more depth to the base. I love 3D things. To make it more 3D I am going to glue a bunch of random rocks here and there. And then I am going to glue the pillars onto the base as well. But because there's a giant chunk missing at the bottom of the pillar, I am going to need reinforcement. I inserted a toothpick there to help secure the pillars onto the base. Ta-da! Look at that. It already resembles Vormir quite a bit. Next I am going to stick some toilet paper on. That's right. Toilet paper. This is actually a suggestion I got from Captain 104th. I hope I said the username correctly. I have never thought about using toilet paper to help protect the styrofoam. I assume it's the same idea as paper mache. Applying water and glue onto the paper will stiffen and add a layer of protection to the surface. And it will also make it easier to paint because there won't be those little holes. Don't copy what I am doing here. For some reason I thought I should add the water and glue mixture onto the paper after instead of before. It also didn't help that I started with a vertical structure. So I struggled a little bit, but it turned out great because I got these interesting texture happening. Next I tried another method, which is me stabbing the paper with a wet brush. Not the right method. But it worked, haha. And finally my brain clicked. And I started wetting the surface first. It is so much easier to wet the surface first. Took me that long to realize that. Haha. I then did the same to the rest of the base. Alright, everything is covered. Time to paint. Vormir has a very unique color palette. It's very purple and has an overall cold tone to it. I don't have any purple paint and I do prefer mixing my own paint. I am going to start with a brown because purple has a warmish tone to it. I need it to feel very cold and dark. To get purple, I am going to mix blue and red together. Here's what the color looks like. It actually still looks too bright. But that's okay, because this is just the base color. I will be adding more layers of different shades to get it to look the way I want it to. Interesting note. Maybe I didn't use enough glue in my mixture. The toilet paper was still quite absorbent. Good quality toilet paper. It actually helped too, because I could dilute my paint and watch it spread, covering larger areas quicker, saving me a bit of paint. After another quick coat, I started adding shading. I then added some blues here and there to further cool it down. And then some highlights to bring details back. And some final touches. Ta-da! Here it is all painted. Not too bad. The rocks look a bit too much right now, but I think once the figures are there they will become less distracting. Let's see. Ooh, that looks so good. Their warm skin tones are popping. There's a nice contrast between the figures and the base. Alright, next I want to also create that whooshy cloud thing in the sky too. So I am going to bend some paper clips to form a circle. And I am going to dye some cotton balls to make those clouds. Oh. Turns out once the cotton balls are soaked, it's quite difficult to pull them apart nicely. So I tried to paint onto the cotton balls after I attached them to the ring. That also didn't work. So I am just going to continue forming the shape with paper clips. Maybe I'll get a better result if I paint the paper clips first and then add some fluff on top. The shape looks okay. But it's too white. It looks more like Santa's beard. At this point I was a bit defeated. I really wanted the cloud to work. But I just couldn't. So I took it off. But then a tiny fluff got stuck, and I got an idea. Ta-da! That isn't what I originally wanted. But I really liked the atmospheric feel to this. It's a good alternate solution. It suggests the whooshy cloud effect. And I think that's just as powerful. It also makes it more alien-like. I'm not mad at this. The lesson of the day is, embrace the mistakes. Learn and adapt from them. You'll never know what'll come out of them. Photo shoot time. Oh man. That looks so awesome. Let's try another angle. Wow. I say this often, but this may be my favorite diorama as of today. It looks good, no matter which angle I photograph it from. It conveys the impression of Vormir pretty well. Now let's put Widow and Hawkeye in their iconic Vormir pose. They're face to face before their goodbye. The moment they realized one of them had to sacrifice themselves to save the world. It was a powerful moment. Here's Natasha running towards the cliff. It makes me want to cry again. Of all the original 6 Avengers, Natasha was the only one who couldn't be there to celebrate their victory. Why couldn't Hawkeye jump instead? Why did he have to lose every time against Black Widow? Look at these photos. They make me feel emotional. Here's Clint watching his buddy go. What do you think? Do you prefer Hawkeye to be the one who sacrificed himself instead? Or do you think it's more fitting for Black Widow to jump? After all, she has had a close relationship with every member of the Avengers. Maybe except Thor. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a blast making this. It took longer than usual to make this, but the results are amazing. Now Black Widow and Hawkeye can have their own spotlight right next to my other Endgame diorama display. Everybody gets to shine. Yay! Don't forget to give this video a like and be subscribed if you want more Marvel-related content. There are still many other characters that deserve the spotlight. Stay inspired. And I will see you next week. I can make it. So can you.